Mark Waid, so he talked about James Gunn's Superman, and so I want to read what he said, and then I want to tell you what a lot of fans have talked about, and then I want to hear your view, and then we can talk about it. So this is what he said. I have got a good feeling about this movie. I mean, I like James Gunn. I like his reverential approach by, or this dude talks weird. I like his reverential approach by enlarged to this kind of stuff, and reverential without taking it too seriously. I mean, the movie has a dog in it, a super powered dog with heat vision. So it's not anything from Zack Snyder. And if you didn't understand what that means, Mark Waid is basically saying that James Gunn's Superman is very different from what Zack did. And a lot of people, Jerry, were very angry about the fact that the first thing that Mark says is that it's very different than from what Zack did. And you know how they went on their whole, you disrespected Zack Snyder, blah, 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 blah. So, Jerry, I want to ask you first off, why is it so important that James Gunn's Superman has to be different from what we've seen in Henry?
So it's important that the DCU Superman is different than the Henry Cavill, Zack Snyder portrayal of Superman, because the Henry Cavill, Zack Snyder portrayal of Superman is an inaccurate portrayal of Superman. Period. End of story. Keep it simple. And I think that aside from the fact that they're doing an accurate portrayal, they are, Superman is still going to be humanized to a degree. I mean, what makes someone more relatable than having a dog? Seriously, everyone loves dogs. Listen, I think it's going to be a relatable Superman. It's going to be a Superman that the world building is so important here, because I think the world building for Superman, in a way, makes Superman relatable like Peter Parker. They both have a city that they're so attached to. They have a place of work that is a newsroom. So they have the people in the newsroom that deal with the stories about the city. Clark has a relationship with his mother that is very similar to Peter's relationship with Aunt May. Neither Aunt May or Martha Kent are the biological mother, but both of them are the ones that raised Peter and Clark. So, a lot of people like to make a lot of Spider-Man comparisons. I think the best one is you could find the most related, the best comparison for Peter Parker is his personality is a lot like Barry Allen, but the world building is a lot like Superman's.
You just cooked on that.
Thank you.
Did you just come up with that on your own?
I've known both of them together for a while, but I don't think I ever put it out like that. But I came up with it on my own. I didn't get it anywhere. Most of the stuff I say, I came up with on my own. I am original, like Dr. Pepper. Okay.
Jerry, you're on a roll today, man. You are on a roll today.
No.
Oh my God. So, and look, I think that this is also good because I love the idea that Superman is embracing different elements, and you can even tell simply by the set photos and how just more bright it is. You know what I mean? Like just because Zack Snyder's SIG is that dark camera type of thing, and I think that what we've seen with James Gunn and filming Superman is going to be very bright and very lighty type of vibe, and this is going to be very comic booky, and I do like the word dog. So Jerry, when I heard the word dog, I thought of them saying that Superman's a dog, as in like
he's got that dog in him.
That so I felt like he meant the first dog as he's like a Labrador. Like they love everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
who doesn't want to pet a lab? You know what I mean? Like golden retrievers and labs are like the most pet friendly dogs. But then when he says the superpower dog, it's like he could also go savage though if you piss him off. You know what I mean? So Superman does have a level of self-control. you know. And I think it isn't talked about enough how self-controlled Superman is. And I do feel like Henry Cavill Superman was low-key unhinged. Like he was kind of crashing out on like everybody. So I am excited to see that level of seeing Superman kind of hold back to an extent, because that is a part of his, you know, his trope is like, you know, he holds back all the time. So I'm happy to see that. But by the way, I haven't watched it yet, but David Cornsweet did a podcast that's been trending around. So I really want to watch it, because I know he talked about how he put on so much weight just to play Superman, but I heard it was a really good pod. So